Imagine you're in the dimly lit theater watching Lord of the Rings on the big screen with all the booming sound and all this epic storytelling and Hans Zimmering Howard Shore musicking right in front of your eyes, but in the background, there's a single extra in every movie, and this extra tells a complete story when no one told them to do so. Better example, Mad Max Fury Road, an entire movie where one look to the other character is the storytelling beat. Zoe Kravitz is perhaps least paid attention to, but all of her looks and dialogue tell her story. Despite all of this, I appreciate that fine art of subtle performance when no one is paying attention. And in the world of wrestling, wait, this is about wrestling? Yes, let's back up. What is a good performance? For me, I like watching people reach the edge of an emotional state and then topple over. In the year of Joker, I thought Robert Pattinson in The Lighthouse was the better performance because he went from this to this, and it was wonderful to watch him go mad. I don't need massive range, just one single emotion taken all the way until you drive it into the skull of the viewer. I like it when people lose it. Isabelle Adjani gave my favorite performance in Possession. Such a dive into madness. Words do no justice. This performance is the performance for me. But why am I talking about this? Because Miho Abe is still the most underrated actress in wrestling, precisely because she can do everything mentioned on a stage such as pro wrestling. However, the specific emotion is not of madness, but of limerence. Miho Abe is the muse to Taichi, this mid-40-year-old bum with delusions of grandeur, so much that his interest is extravagant and it involves him lip-syncing moi de moi, despite not knowing the lyrics for the entire 6 years he's been doing it. This self-admitted black sheep with his beautiful muse, Miho Abe. Both are heavily infatuated with each other, and Taichi don't care who's watching, like, go ahead, be jealous. To Miho Abe, Taichi is a powerful, strong man with ambition and passion. In her world, no one else exists, and you see it in her performance. Miho Abe will never take her eyes off Taichi when he himself is demanding attention. She will always be by his side, carrying his things, caring for him at the end, slapping others, let herself be used as a human shield, apologizing for his actions, even thanking others for him, and being frightened by her own unit mates. You can always tell when Taichi's lost and when he's won, based on her reaction. Look at her get offended when someone yells their opponent's name. She snaps right up and like, what did you say? And then she starts a Taichi chant and is angry when it happens again. Miho Abe loves this man. The Dark Emperor is Miho's muse as much as she was his. But this slowly became one-sided until only Miho was the one looking up at her god. All it took then was a single hug, and she melted. Just acknowledgement. When Taichi left All Japan and returned to New Japan, he found a muse along the way, and this inspired a full getup with like a mask and this whole dramatic entrance like
they all know it.
And when he's defeated, Taichi's all like, their infatuation with one another was right in the forefront of everything. Miho clearly was used as a sex object, dancing onto other wrestlers, being used for a laugh, and even losing her top on her debut. Her gravure idol past clearly used for one purpose: be attractive. But for 6 years, she slowly stopped being the sex pot distraction and became increasingly only about Taichi, who himself joined Suzuki-gun. Miho would give him his space with his friends when he needed to, but only because they were his friends, and somehow the intense infatuation of the early relationship sizzled. Taichi became focused on his ambitions and winning over Miho Abe, to where he would not even look at her despite her longing for his gaze, being incredibly sad when he lost because it meant he would not give her any attention. But when he did win, it meant the world, not just for Taichi, but because Miho Abe will be seen by her god. This was her world, her religion, her faith, her entire existence revolved around this man, and she portrayed it perfectly in the background for many years. For what this might say about society, I'll let you decide, but I suspect it's quite a real representation. After lockdown, she returned to Taichi, and she broke down in the back when no one asked her to do so. With a single handheld camera and the loud room tone, it felt more and more like a mumblecore movie, like a Joe Swanberg or Andrew Bujowski movie. We run into a slice of life of these characters, and it happens to be the most emotional moment Miho Abe has had in a while, because despite being in frame the entire scene, she still has to utilize every single second she's given. They say the camera finds the wrestler in New Japan, but it sure only likes to find Miho Abe when she's posing, but she makes it work. All reaction to whatever Taichi does. Taichi, this Emperor of Darkness, loyal himself to Minoru Suzuki and Taka Michinoku, tag team partner to Zack Sabre Jr. He may be a delusional dick, but he clearly cares about loyalty. Keeping Miho Abe around when he doesn't seem to care makes a bit of sense. Loyalty. But Minoru Suzuki announced that Suzuki-gun will disband. All of his comrades will separate, and Taichi will be alone once again with Miho Abe. Perhaps this sparked a crisis in his mind. During the Taka Taichi joint 50th anniversary event, Taichi faced Shingo for the King of Pro Wrestling trophy, a trophy contested under specific rules as determined by the competitors. You can only win after pinning the opponent, and they can't get up from a 10 count.
Wake from your sleep, the drying of your tears. Today we escape, we escape.
Taichi loses more often than he can pin Shingo, but he continues to rise and fight after getting hit with Made in Japan twice. Miho flops to the floor, for she knows, and when Taichi needs her the most, there she is, cheering him, slamming on the mat, the whole arena on Taichi's side. The man who loses more often than wins, giving his all-time best performance, still cannot defeat Shingo. Despite all the cheers, Taichi cannot stay on his feet. Defeated, his group on the brink of ending, no direction to go from here. In an act of complete self-awareness, Taichi realizes that he is indeed a bum, fully accepting the disillusion of his group, his tag team, and accepting himself as the loser he is. Taichi has one person from the past still there to remind him of his perceived faults. Miho Abe. Because Miho may not have known it, but Taichi wasn't neglecting her on purpose. He just couldn't be who Miho Abe saw him as, a strong, powerful emperor, god of her world. Despite his best actions to be better, he couldn't be that person. The shame finally caves in, and Taichi ends it.
that you chose, that you chose.
Taichi urges her to find a stronger man, perhaps one who fits everything Miho saw himself to be. Because he's not, but she doesn't want another man. She wants him. But there is no ending for her. This is it. While Taichi will move forward to become a better example of his own self, Miho Abe's story ends here. No catharsis, no hero's journey, no third act. This woman delivered a silent arc that no one noticed, of loving a man, receiving none of it back, and losing him. And she delivered it so well. And with that, Miho Abe exits stage left to no applause.